relates what becomes of Oliver Twist after he had been claimed by Nancy. With narrow streets and courts, and at length terminated in a large open space, scattered about which were pens for beasts and other indication of a cattle market. Six slackened his pace when they reached the spot. The girl being yet unable to support any longer the rapid rate at which they had hitherto walked, turning to Oliver, he roughly commanded him to take hold of Nancy's hand. "Do you hear?" growled Six, as Oliver hesitated and looked round. They were in a dark corner, get out of the track of passengers, and Oliver saw but too plainly that the resistance would be of no avail. He held out his hand, which Nancy clasped tight in hers. "Give me the other," said Six, seizing Oliver's unoccupied hand. "Here, Bullseye." The dog looked up and growled. "See here, boy," said Six, putting his other hand to Oliver's throat, and uttered a savage oath. "If he speaks even so soft a word, hold him. Do you mean?" The dog growled again, and licking his lips, eyed Oliver as if he were anxious to attach himself to his windpipe without any unnecessary delay. "He is as willing as a Christian. Strike me blind if he isn't." "Strike me blind if he isn't," said Six, regarding the animal with a kind of grin and ferocious approval. "Now, you know what you have got to expect, master, so call away as quick as you like. The dog will soon stop the game. Get on, you, on." Bullseye wagged his tail in acknowledgment of this unusually endearing form of speech, and giving vent to another admonitory growl for the benefit of Oliver, led the way onward. It was Smithfield that they were crossing, although it might have been Grosvenor Square. For anything Oliver knew to the contrary, the night was dark and foggy. The lights in the shops could scarcely strike through the heavy mist, which thickened every moment and shrouded the streets and houses in gloom, rendering the strange place still stranger in Oliver's eyes, and making his uncertainty the more dismal and depressing. They had hurried on a few paces when a deep church bell struck the hour with its first stroke. His two conductors stopped and turned their heads in the direction whence the song proceeded. "8 o'clock, Bill," said Nancy, when the bell ceased. "What's the good of telling me that? I can hear it, can't I?" replied Six. I wonder whether they can hear it, said Nancy. Of course they can, replied Six. It was partly time when I was shopping, and there weren't a penny trumpet in the fair as I couldn't hear the squeaking on. After I was locked up for the night, the raw and dim outside made the thundering old giant so silent that I could almost have hid my head out against the iron plate of the door. Poor fellow, said Nancy, who still had her face turned towards the quarter in which the bell had sounded. Oh, Bill, such fine young chaps as them. Yes, that's all you women think of, answered Six. Fine young chaps. Well, they were as good as dead, so it don't much matter. With this consolation, Mr. Six appeared to oppress a rising tendency to jealousy, and clasping Oliver's wrist more firmly, told him to step out again. Wait a minute, said the girl. I wouldn't hurry by if it was you that was coming out to be hung the next time 8 o'clock struck. Bill, I would walk round and round the palace, the place till I dropped, if the snow was on the ground, and I hadn't a shawl to cover me. And what good would that do? Inquired the unsentimental Mr. Six. Unless you could pitch over a field and 20 yards of goods to troop, you might as well be walking 15 miles off, or not walking at all, for all the good it will do me. Come on, will you? And don't stand perishing there. The girl burst into a laugh, drew her shawl more closely around her, and they walked away. But Oliver felt her hand tremble, and looking up in her face as they passed a gas lamp, saw that it had turned a deadly white. They walked on by little frequented and dirty ways for a full half hour, meeting very few people, and those they did meet appearing from their looks to hold much the same position in society as Mr. Six himself. At length they turned into a very filthy narrow street, nearly full of old clothes shops. The dog ran forward as if conscious that there was no further occasion for his keeping on guard, stopped before the door of a shop which was closed and apparently untenanted, for the house was in a ruinous condition, and upon the door was nailed a bird, intimating that it was to let, which looked as if it had hung there for many years. All right, said Six, glancing cautiously about. Nancy stopped below the shutters, and Oliver heard the sound of a bell. They crossed to the opposite side of the street, and stood for a few minutes under a lamp. A noise, as if a sash window were gently raised, was heard, and soon afterward the door softly opened, upon which Mr. Six seized the terrified boy by the collar with very little ceremony, and all there were quickly beside the house. The passage was perfectly dark, and they waited while the person who had let them in shaded and barred the door. "Anybody here?" inquired Six. No reply of voice, which Oliver thought he had heard before. "Is the old inn here?" asked the robber. "Yes," replied the voice, "and Perseus down in the booth he has been." "Won't he be glad to see you?" "Oh, no." The steel of this reply, as well as the voice which delivered it, seemed familiar to Oliver's ears, but it was impossible to distinguish even the form of the speaker in the darkness. "Let's have a game," said Six, "or we shall go breaking our necks, or treading on the dog. Look after your legs, if you do, that's all." "Stand still a moment, and I will get you one," replied the voice. The receding footsteps from the speaker were heard, and in another minute the form of Mr. John Dawkins, otherwise the Artful Dogger, appeared, bearing in his right hand a tallow candle, stuck in the end of a cleft stick. The young gentleman did not stop to bestow any other mark of recognition upon Oliver than a humorous grin, but turning away, beckoned the visitors to follow him down a flight of stairs. They crossed an empty kitchen, and opening the door of a low, earthy-smelling room, which seemed to have been built in a small backyard, were received with a shout of laughter. "Oh, my wig, cried Master Sharpbats, from whose lungs the laughter had proceeded. "Here he is! Oh, cry! Here he is! Oh, Fagin, look at him! Fagin, do look at him! I can't bear it! It is much a jolly game! I can't bear it! Hold me, somebody, while I laugh it out." With this irrepressible ebullition of mirth, Master Butts laid himself flat on the floor and kicked convulsively for 5 minutes in an ecstasy of fastidious joy. In an ecstasy of fastidious joy. Then, jumping to his feet, he snatched the killing stick from the dagger, and, advancing to Oliver, viewed him round and round, while the Jew, taking off his nightcap, made a great number of low bows to the bewildered boy. "Be artful, man, be artful." The artful, meantime, who was of a rather saturnine disposition, and seldom gave way to merriment when it interfered with business, rifled his pocket with steady assiduity. "Look at these dogs," again said Shermai, putting the light so close to Oliver's new jacket as nearly to set him on fire. Look at his tux. Superfine clothes and a heavy swell coat. Oh my eye, what a game! And his books, too. Nothing but a gentleman again. Delighted to see you looking so well, my dear, said the Jew, bowing with mock humility. The artful shall give you another suit, my dear, for fear you should spoil that some day. What? Why didn't you write, my dear, and say you were coming? You would have got something warm for supper. At this Master Bats roared again, so good that Fagin himself relaxed, and even the Dodger smiled. But as the artful drew forth the 5-point note at that instant, it is doubtful whether the sorry or the discovery outweighed his merriment. "Hello, what's that?" inquired Six, stepping forward as the Jew seized the note. "That's mine, Fagin." "No, no, my dear," said the Jew. "Mine, Bill, mine. You shall have the books." "If that ain't mine," said Six, putting on his hat with a determined air. "Mine and Nancy's, that is. I will take the boy back again." The Jew started, and Oliver started too, though from a very different cause, for he hoped that the dispute might really end in his being taken back. "Come, hand over, will you?" said Six. "This is hardly fair, Bill." "Hardly fair, is it, Nancy?" inquired the Jew. "Fair or not fair," retorted Six, "hand it over. I tell you, do you think Nancy and me has got nothing else to do with our precious time but to spend it in scouting Arthur and kidnapping every young boy as gets grabbed through you? Give it here, you avaricious old skeleton, give it here." With this gentle remonstrance, Mr. Six plucked the knot from between the Jew's finger and thumb, and looking the old man coolly in the face, folded it up small and tied it in his neckerchief. "That's for our share of the trouble," said Six, "and not half enough, neither. You may keep the books if you were fond of reading, and if not, you can sell them." "They were very pretty," said Charley Butts, who, with sundry grimaces, had been affecting to read one of the volumes in question. "Beautiful writing, isn't it, Oliver?" And at sight of the dismayed look with which Oliver regarded his tormentors, Master Bates, who was blessed with a lively sense of the ludicrous, fell into another ecstasy more boisterous than the first. "They belong to the old gentleman," said Oliver, wringing his hands, "to the good kind old gentleman who took me into his house and had me nursed when I was near dying of the fever. Oh, pray, sent them back. Sent him back the books and money. Keep me here all my life long. But I send them back. He will think I stole them. The old lady, all of them that were so keen to me, will think I stole them, or to have mercy upon me and send them back. With these words, which were uttered with all the energy of passionate grief, Oliver fell upon his knees at the Jew's feet, and beat his hands together in perfect desperation. "The boy's right," remarked Fagin, looking covertly around, and knitting his shiny eyebrows into a hard knot. "You are right, Oliver, you are right. They will think you have stolen them. Ha, ha, ha," chuckled the Jew, rubbing his hands. It couldn't have happened better if we had chosen our time." "Of course it couldn't," replied Six. "I know that. Directly I see him coming through Clerkenwell, with the books under his arm. It's all right enough. They were soft-hearted psalm singers, or they wouldn't have taken him in at all, and they will ask no question after him. They will ask no question after him. Fear they should be obliged to prosecute, and to get him lugged. He is safe enough." Oliver had looked from one to the other while these words were being spoken, as if he were bewildered, and could scarcely understand what passed. But when Bill Six concluded, he jumped suddenly to his feet and tore wildly from the room, uttering shrieks for help which made the bare old house echo to the roof. "Keep back the dog, Bill," cried Nancy. "Keep back the dog, Bill," cried Nancy, springing before the door and closing it as the Jew and his two pupils darted out in pursuit. "Keep back the dog. He will tear the boy to pieces." "Serve him right," cried Six, struggling to disengage himself from the girl's grasp. "Stand off from me, or I will split your skull against the wall." "I don't care for that, Bill. I don't care for that," screamed the girl, struggling violently with the man. "The child shan't be torn down by the dog unless you kill me first." "Shan't he?" said Six, setting his teeth fiercely. "I will soon do that if you don't keep off the house, Vicar." Flung the girl from him to the further end of the room, just as the Jew and the two boys returned, dragging Oliver among them. "What's the matter here?" said the Jew, looking around. "The girl's gone mad, I think," replied Six savagely. "No, she hasn't," said Nancy, pale and breathless from the scuffle. "No, she hasn't, Fagin. Don't think it." "Then keep quiet, will you?" said the Jew with a threatening look. No, I won't do that neither, replied Nancy, speaking very loud. Come, what do you think of that? Mr. Fagin was sufficiently well acquainted with the manners and costumes of that particular species of humanity to which Nancy belonged, to feel tolerably certain that it would be rather unsafe to prolong any conversation with her at present, with the view of diverting the attention of the company. He turned to Oliver. So you wanted to get away, my dear, did you? Said the Jew, taking up a juggle and knotted club, which lay in a corner of the fireplace. Huh? Oliver made no reply, but he watched the Jew's motions and breathed quickly. Wanted to get assistance? Called for the police? Did you? Sneered the Jew, catching the boy by the arm. We will cure you of that, my young master. The Jew inflicted a smart blow on Oliver's shoulders with the club, and was raising it for a second, when the girl, reaching forward, wrested it from his hand and flung it into the fire with a force that proved some of the glowing coals whirling out into the room. I won't stand by and see it done, Fagin, cried the girl. You have got the boy, and what more would you have? Let him be, or I shall put that mark on some of you. That will bring me to the gallows before my time. The girl stamped her foot violently on the floor as she mounted this threat. With her lips compressed and her hands clenched, looking alternately at the Jew and the other robber, her face yet colorless from the passion of rage into which she had gradually worked herself. Why, Nancy, said the Jew in a soothing tone, after a pause, during which he and Mr. Six had stared at one another in a disconcerted manner. You were more clever than ever. Tonight, ha, my dear, you are acting beautifully. Am I? Said the girl. Take care I don't overdo it. You will be the worse for it, Fagin. If I do, and so I tell you in good time to keep clear of me. There is something about a roused woman, especially if she add to all her other strong passions the fierce impulses of recklessness and despair, which few men like to provoke. The Jew saw that it would be hopeless to affect any further mistake regarding the reality of Miss Nancy's rage, and shrinking involuntarily back a few paces, cast a glance, half imploring and half cowardly, at Six, as if to hint that he was the fittest person to pursue the dialogue. Mr. Six thus meekly appeared to, and possibly feeling his personal pride and influence interested in the immediate reduction of Miss Nancy to reason, gave utterance to about a couple of score of curses and threats, the rapid production of which reflected great credit on the fertility of his invention, as they produced no visible effect on the object against whom they were discharged. However, he resorted to more tangible arguments. What do you mean by these, said Six, backing the inquiry with a very common implication concerning the most beautiful of human features, which, if it were heard above, only once out of every 50,000 times it is uttered below, would render blindness as common a disorder as measles. What do you mean by it? Burn my body. Do you know who you are and what you are? Oh, yes, I know all about it, replied the girl, laughing hysterically and shaking her head from side to side with a poor assumption of indifference. Well, then keep quiet, rejoined Six, with a growl like that he was accustomed to use when addressing his dog. Or I will quiet you. I will quiet you for a good long time to come. The girl laughed again, even less composedly than before, and, darting a hasty look at Six, turned her face aside and bit her lip till the blood came. You were a nice one, added Six, as he surveyed her with a contemptuous eye, to take up the human and gentle side. A pretty subject for the child, as you come him to make friend of. God Almighty help me, I am, cried the girl passionately, and I wish I had been struck dead in the street, or changed places with them. We passed so near tonight. Before I had lent a hand in bringing him here. He is a thief, a liar, a devil, all that's bad from this night farce. Isn't that enough for the old wretch without blows? Come, come, Six, said the Jew, appealing to him in a remonstratory tone, and motioning towards the boys, who were eagerly attentive to all that passed. We must have civil words, Bill. Civil words, cried the girl, whose passion was frightful to see. Civil words, you villain! Yes, you deserve them from me. I thieved for you when I was a child, not half as old as this, pointing to Oliver. I have been in the same trade and in the same service for 12 years since. Don't you know it? Speak out, don't you know it? Well, well, replied the Jew, with an attempt at pacification. And if you have, it's your living. Aye, it is, returned the girl, not speaking, but pouring out the words in one continuous and vehement scream. It is my living, and the cold, wet, dirty street are my home. And you were the wretch that drove me to them long ago, and that will keep me there day and night till I die. I shall do you a mischief, interposed the Jew, goaded by this reproach. We sheep worse than that, if you say much more. The girl said nothing more, but tearing her hair and dress in a transport of frenzy, made such a rush at the Jew as would probably have left serial marks of her revenge upon him, had not her waist been seized by 6 at the right moment, upon which she mounted a few ineffectual struggles and fainted. "She is all right now," said 6, laying her down in a corner. "She is uncommon strong in the arm when she is up in this way." The Jew wiped his forehead and smiled, as if it were a relief to have the disturbance over. But neither he, nor 6, nor the dog, nor the boys seemed to consider it in any other light than a common occurrence, incidental to business. "It's the worst of having to do with women," said the Jew, replacing the club. "But they were clever, and we can't get on in our line without them. Charlie, show Oliver to bed." "I suppose he had better not wear his best clothes tomorrow, again, had he?" inquired Charlie Butts. "Certainly not," replied the Jew, reciprocating the grin with which Charlie put the question. Master Butts, apparently much delighted with his commission, took the cleft stick and led Oliver into an adjacent kitchen, where there were 2 or 3 of the beds on which she had slept before. And here, with money uncontrollably burst of laughter, he produced the identical old suit of clothes which Oliver had so much congratulated himself upon leaving off at Mr. Brownlow's, and the accidental display of which, twagged by the Jew who purchased them, had been the very first clue received of his whereabouts. "Pull off the smart ones," said Charlie, "and I will give them to Fagin to take care of. What fun it is!" Poor Oliver unwillingly complied, and the master Butts, rolling up the new clothes under his arm, departed from the room, leaving Oliver in the dark and locking the door behind him. The noise of Charlie's lawyer and the voice of Miss Betsy, who opportunely arrived to throw water over her friend, and perfume other feminine offices for the promotion of her recovery, might have kept many people awake under more happy circumstances than those in which Oliver was placed. But he was sick and weary, and soon fell sound asleep. The end of chapter 16. Oliver Twist, Charles Dickens.